The conflict in Ukraine has raged for more than a year now, and the international community remains deeply divided on how to bring an end to the violence. Amid this, much attention has been focused on peace proposals, most notably a plan purportedly being developed by the United States. However, as tensions between Russia and Ukraine escalate, and as the global community continues to search for a resolution, there are still many questions surrounding these proposed solutions and whether they can genuinely lead to peace. At the heart of this search for a resolution is the United Nations, an institution founded with the aim of maintaining peace and security in the world. Recently, in Johannesburg, South Africa, the Secretary-General of the United Nations, António Guterres, provided some crucial remarks on what any peace plan must entail. Guterres emphasized that for any proposal to be considered credible, it must adhere to the principles of the UN Charter and specifically respect the territorial integrity of Ukraine. This declaration came in response to increasing reports of a US-backed peace proposal that was being circulated in the press, though, as Guterres pointed out, Russia had not yet received any formal plan. The Secretary-General's comments highlight the delicate nature of international diplomacy. It's not enough for peace plans to be based on good intentions. They must also be aligned with the legal frameworks that the global community has established to ensure fairness and justice. As the world looks for a resolution to the Ukraine crisis, the United Nations is playing a critical role in upholding its commitment to international law and the respect of territorial boundaries. We don't know what the peace plan is, Guterres remarked during his media briefing. I just read on the papers that Russia has not yet received any peace plan, so we are talking about something that is in the press but was never presented formally by the United States or by any other entity. His statement reflects the uncertainty surrounding the proposed peace efforts. Despite the media's attention, the US and other international actors have yet to formally unveil any concrete peace plan. Guterres' remarks also speak to the importance of ensuring that any peace agreement does not simply serve the interests of one party over another, but instead respects the broader principles of fairness and international law that underpin the United Nations. For Guterres and the UN, the foundational principles of any peace plan must be rooted in the values of the UN Charter and international law. The Secretary-General made it clear that any resolution to the Ukraine conflict must respect Ukraine's territorial integrity, an issue that has been at the forefront of this war since Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014. The principle of territorial integrity has been a cornerstone of international relations, and for Guterres, this principle must be at the heart of any peace agreement concerning Ukraine. For us as the UN, the criteria of any peace plan are always based in the values of the Charter and international law, said Guterres. So obviously, for us, a peace solution for Ukraine that is in line with these principles would also abide by the resolutions of the General Assembly that have clearly indicated that the territorial integrity of Ukraine and, in general, around the world, the territorial integrity of states must be respected. This statement underscores the critical importance of adhering to the resolutions of the General Assembly, which has consistently called for the protection of territorial integrity. While discussions about a potential peace deal are still in their early stages, Guterres' position is clear. Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity cannot be compromised in any peace talks. This is an essential message, not just for the parties directly involved in the conflict, but also for the international community at large. The territorial integrity of states is a principle that resonates globally. In many conflicts around the world, including the ongoing struggles in places like the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the United Nations has taken a strong stance in favor of maintaining borders and ensuring that states retain their rightful territorial claims. The principle of territorial integrity has been enshrined in international law, and it serves as a fundamental building block of global diplomacy. Moreover, Guterres did not just limit his comments to the situation in Ukraine. He broadened his focus to address the importance of equitable representation for Africa in global decision-making processes. Guterres noted that Africa must have a fair seat in every forum where decisions are made, from international financial institutions to the United Nations Security Council. This reflects the broader push for more inclusive and representative global governance, which has gained momentum in recent years. Africa must have a fair seat in every forum where decisions are made, Guterres emphasized, underscoring the importance of representation for the African continent in international bodies. This comment not only addresses Africa's role in peace and security, but also highlights the need for a more equitable and inclusive global governance structure. For Guterres, the inclusion of Africa in key decision-making bodies is critical for ensuring that the concerns of the continent are properly addressed and that the global community works together to solve pressing issues like the Ukraine conflict. In his closing remarks, Guterres called for action from the group of 20 G20 nations, urging them to use their influence and voices to bring an end to conflicts worldwide. The Secretary-General's plea for action was not just about Ukraine, but also about the broader state of global peace and security. As Guterres put it, the world needs to come together to end conflicts that cause immense human suffering. We need action for peace, Guterres said. I will call on G20 members to use their influence and voices to end the conflicts that are causing so much death, destruction and destabilization around the world. This call to action highlights the vital role that major global players can play in resolving conflicts. The G20 nations, representing the world's largest economies, have significant power and influence on the global stage. Their collective efforts could make a significant difference in shaping the future of peace and security in Ukraine and other conflict zones. As the situation in Ukraine continues to evolve, the role of the United Nations and its commitment to international law and peace is more important than ever. Guterres' remarks offer a glimpse into the UN's position on the ongoing conflict and the principles that must guide any peace plan moving forward. With the international community still divided on the best course of action, the need for a peace solution that respects the territorial integrity of Ukraine is clearer than ever. The question now is whether the international community can come together to find a solution that upholds these values and brings an end to the suffering caused by the war. The road to peace is always fraught with challenges, especially in a conflict as complex as the one in Ukraine. However, as the UN Secretary-General has emphasized, any peace plan must adhere to the principles of the UN Charter, respect territorial integrity, and seek to address the root causes of the conflict. The coming months will be critical in determining whether the world can achieve a just and lasting peace, one that respects the sovereignty of Ukraine and offers a path forward for all parties involved. The United Nations will undoubtedly continue to play a key role in guiding these efforts and ensuring that peace remains the ultimate goal.
Have a fair seat in every forum where decisions are made, from the board of international financial and multilateral development banks, to increase their role in leveraging more private finance, to ease debt burdens with new instruments, in particular, a real voice in shaping global policies. It's very clear that everywhere in the world,
Thank you very much. My name is Israel Ifuribo, News Central Television in Nigeria.
Well, first of all, we don't know what the peace plan is. I just read on the papers that Russia has not yet received any peace plan. So we are talking about something that is in the press, but was never presented formally by the United States or by any other entity. For us, as UN, the criteria of any peace plan are always based in the values of the Charter and international law. And so obviously for us, a peace solution for the Ukraine that is in line with these principles would also abide by the resolutions of the General Assembly that have clearly indicated that the territorial integrity of the Ukraine and in general around the world, the territorial integrity of states must be respected. I just said the same about the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Africa must have a fair seat in every forum where decisions are made, from the board of international financial institutions to permanent seats in the United Nations Security Council and to other global bodies. We need action for peace. I will call on G20 members to use their influence and voices to end the conflicts that are causing so much death, destruction, and destabilization around the world.